You know, one of the people that had the biggest impact on me growing into manhood was not just my dad, but a man named Dr. James Dobson. It's someone whom I never met, and yet his impact on me was profound. You may have heard about him. He had passed away, unfortunately, on August 21st, 2025. And I've been thinking a lot about him. And when I think about him, I'm impressed by a number of things about him. First of all, that he was a very educated man. He had a Ph.D. in psychology, child psychology from the University of Southern California, and he was a professor there. Also, he wrote many books like Dare to Discipline, Bringing Up Boys, Bringing Up Girls, The Strong-Willed Child. And also, he wrote a book that really had a big impact on me. It's called Straight Talk, What Men Need to Know, What Women Need to Understand. And in that book, he really challenged men to keep God first in our lives. And then a second to that is our families, our wives and our children, and then our careers. We tend to live in a culture that switches the family and career all around, and therefore we have a lot of pain in families and divorces even. One of the things he said in there was really striking to me was about how the father needed to be there for the wife and for the children. And one day I remember as a young pastor, while I was reading this book, I was trying to teach at the local university and be a pastor full time. I had one day off, and that day off I ended up having to grade papers and try to get things ready for lectures. And I was sitting at my desk looking out into the backyard from the window I could see, and there was my wife and my children playing. And I was not there on my day off. And I realized something was wrong. While I'm chasing my career and my dreams, I was leaving them behind. So I appreciate what he had to teach me from his books, and especially that book, Straight Talk. Reminds me of what Paul says in Ephesians chapter 6, where he talks there about the family. And he says there, and gives instruction not only to children, but also to the parents. He says in Ephesians 6, verses 1 through 4, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise, so that it may be well with you, and you may live long on the earth. And fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord." I encourage you to look up James Dobson's writings if you haven't already. I think you'll be very much blessed by them. God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.